All right, here we go. Our first recurring guest from the Emprise Consulting Corner, Dr. Unofficially Michael Loscavio. Are you Vice President of Sales REPAY? Is that your title? Something like that?
Whatever you just said, I didn't hear it, but yes.
Perfect. All right. Well, thanks, sir, for joining. I want to do a little impromptu one because as some people have heard, REPAY is acquired. I don't think it's official, but BillingTree, which is a pretty huge deal in the collection space for what are the cheap 503 million? Is that the number, something around there?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I know you're getting at least 50% of that commission.
Well,
so
I mean, yeah, out of my own pocket, I had to really put up closer to 60, but I don't want to get into it. Look,
yeah, let's wait till it's final. Then I'll get a cut too.
Right. Yeah, no, it's going to be closing this month, but because we're publicly traded, there's other things, and the SEC's involved, and I think it all stems back to the 80s when all of the monopoly, the AT&T, Belma monopoly stuff was going on. So we have to get approval from the SEC, and I believe that approval is near. So a lot of things happening, but it's a hurry up and wait scenario. So the news came out 2-3 weeks ago. I don't know how many calls you got, but I sure received a lot of them.
Yeah. Well, that's why I wanted to get you on to say, okay, what went into the decision? Obviously, you can only probably talk about so much, but what kind of went in from your knowledge?
Yeah, well, as you probably know, I've known BillingTree for quite a while and been really tight with most of the guys over there, and it seems like it's a really good fit for REPAY. Of the 7 acquisitions or 8 acquisitions we've made in the past 3 or 4 years, I don't want to be biased, but I think it's one of the stronger ones. So one of the better decisions that you can say, yeah, it fits directly in our business model. It's in the verticals that we love, consumer finance, collections, auto, all that stuff. So, there's been a lot of crossover between the two companies. So it just seemed like that was the next target. I think it was a lot of people had whispered and made whispers and asked me over the past year when that was coming, and we never know. Nobody ever knows this stuff, but it was pretty obvious to everybody that was probably one of the next acquisitions we were going to make.
Yeah, well, if REPAY wasn't the largest payment processor, I think they were, but now you definitely have probably leaps and bounds over the next within at least this space.
Yeah, we are the largest in this space. Now we have grown. I think BillingTree probably added 20% larger, made us 20% larger. I don't have all the exact numbers off the top of my head, but it was a good chunk. It was 15-20% larger with the acquisition of BillingTree. So we're pushing close to about a $3 billion company, I think, at this point. And I think it's going to be good for everybody. I think it's great for BillingTree. It's great for all the employees of BillingTree, and even better for all the clients of BillingTree, because of what we're going to be able to add and offer, and just the extra diversification, the banking diversification is going to be huge.
That's where I was going to go from an industry standpoint. Obviously, you think it's positive, but what are maybe some of the other factors, technologies, and the different secret sauces that now both you companies have that you can share, and build a bigger Death Star?
The funny thing is, I haven't got in, and a lot of us haven't been privy to a whole lot of information internally yet of what's going on, but it'll be really interesting to watch our two tech teams go together and see what goodies we can take from BillingTree and PayRaiser and the stuff that they've developed over the past years, combine it with what we've got. We now have over 500 employees I just developers, just dev teams and IT guys, it's got to be over 100, 120. So it'll be really interesting to see what we can whip together for the future, and as things go forward and things change and new technologies become available, how quickly we'll be able to spin those up. It should be pretty fun next 10 years.
Yeah, no, I think so too. And you may or may not, hear our names or see us. So we'll have more of a reason to talk.
Yeah. No, looking forward to working with the Emprise crew, obviously, as it is probably a well-known fact by now that I love Emprise. Love everything you guys do. It's really, I don't know if it's so much Mark as it is really more Matt Scott. That's what it's about.
That's right. That's what I tell myself when I go to sleep.
That's how I feel good about this. So, the other interesting thing about this acquisition and the purchase of BillingTree was there's a lot of loyalty in the collection space, right? And you've seen that, and I've seen it, and I've got guys that are clients that have been loyal to me since day one. BillingTree has clients that are loyal to them since day one. And so, you get to a certain point where you can offer the world to a client, and loyalty trumps everything in our industry. So that's why I like our industry. But the same happened with a lot of software vendors, and partners and vendor partnerships where there was loyalty to BillingTree that, as hard as I may have tried, we couldn't penetrate through some of the relationships that they had. They've got a really strong team. A couple of the guys over there, without mentioning names, been over there forever and have done an extraordinary job of keeping me out. So it'll be really interesting to work with them, especially with the fact that most of them live within about a half a mile of my house, and I see them all the time, outside of the working relationship or the competitive relationship. So really excited to be working with a lot of my friends over there.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Obviously, I knew you guys were both in the Phoenix area, so it's kind of a match made in heaven. You can both sit in your 120-degree weather.
Yeah, we are gonna fry together. I can actually, the funny thing is, if I walk across the street and sit on the 14th hole of the golf course, you can see the top of BillingTree's office. So
we're that some golf balls at them, see if get their attention.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely have to come out and see both you guys, and hopefully in the near future. I have a fun question I'm going to ask you a couple at the end here. See if you've ever heard of this little fun fact. But any parting words, business related? I know all the BillingTree customers now are in good hands with you and your team.
Obviously BillingTree's not going anywhere either. I was thinking we should hire the Allstate guy just to do a quick video of you're in good hands. Are you in good hands?
There you go. I can do some impersonations if you need me to.
No, I think the only one thing that I can say about this is world domination.
Okay, you only got one world in for this interview, I feel like. So
yeah, world domination is really the goal for everybody, but meow.
Well, hopefully you get there. We'll help you get there and see who's next to acquire once this thing gets moving.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be another one. It'd be nice to pause for a couple of months and get all this integrated and wrapped up and together and get a good flow. And I know the REPAY team will work diligently with the BT team to make sure that goes. We've got some good people on both sides, so hopefully all that gets handled in a relatively timely manner. We'll see how it's a big lift. There's a lot to do, but
a lot to figure out.
The next recording we can talk about what's the next on the block.
Yeah, well, hopefully if we'll do it sooner than that, when you're able to talk about maybe some more stuff once you're situated, or anything else fun that we need to talk about.
Absolutely, buddy. And the offer is always open, even if it's 120 degrees. We can do this live in person in Scottsdale.
Well, I think my computer just fell off.
Nice.
For sure. I'm still alive. It was a minor earthquake. That's staying in, baby. I'm not cutting that out. All right. Can you hear me?
Yep, live from Southern California.
Live from Perrysburg, Ohio, earthquake capital of the world.
Earthquake capital of the world.
All right. So do you know where the teddy bear came from? The term teddy bear and why it was created?
Teddy Roosevelt.
Do you know? Well, do you know why though?
Because he was a big old bear and you just wanted to hug him.
No, he refused to shoot a bear when he came face to face with one.
Really?
So, yeah.
Well, I would not refuse to shoot a bear if I was face to face with it. And so, yeah, actually, I might. Here's the thing. As you know, I'm going to Alaska because it's 120 here this week. So I'm heading to Alaska this weekend, and we see bears all the time, and they are awesome. They just walk across the street in Alaska.
Scare me if you're close.
But maybe I'll shoot a bear. We'll see.
So who was the president after Roosevelt? Do you know?
No.
Taft.
Right, the one that nobody ever remembers. Got it. I see what you're doing.
Right. So he wanted to jump on this teddy bear train, and he came out with a stuffed animal called Billy Possum because he could eat this is a true story. He could eat a 10-pound possum in, I don't know, it was a 5-pound possum or a 10-pound possum in 5 minutes.
He could eat? Who eats possum? Hey.
President.
It was the Great Depression. You eat anything you can, I guess, but.
So I just thought that was great when I heard that, and I knew I was talking to you.
That's a fantastic fun fact of the day, and that I will never remember that after today. But look, it was fantastic, and I feel like all of the viewers, all 6 of them, are going to take that as a fun fact and pass it along to their children and grandchildren.
I agree, and I will be happy when they do that because my name will live in their memory forever of the person who talked about it.
The Matt Scott stuffed animal from Build-A-Bear.
Don't get me thinking.
It's an all-white bear. It's slightly pale in color, and it hasn't seen the sun for 6 months every winter. I've seen it's a great bear.
I get enough of that. My family calls me Powder. I don't need it from you.
I still call you Powder.
Okay. Anything else you want to talk about? It always comes back to making fun of Matt somehow.
Thanks for having me on the live show today. It's I would love to spend more time with you. However, I have to go pack for Alaska now, Powder.
Well, thank you, sir, and send me some pictures of those wild bear.
Yep, will do.
All right.
See you, buddy.
See ya.